This storm has the perfect atmospheric conditions to form a 12-sided stellar dendrite.
What?
It's a snowflake, a very rare snowflake, and I need to get a picture of it.
Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? You can't go up there looking for some snowflake.
Okay, let's dive into the next movie we're going to be talking about, and it is called Falling Like Snowflakes. Now, this movie was one of the new Hallmark movies this year that came out in July, but since I was doing my Christmas in July and trying to binge watch 110 Christmas movies, I didn't get a chance to watch it, so I watched it for the first time, and we are going to dive into the holiday drum roll because I'm very excited to discuss. So, holiday drum roll! Y'all, I give this movie 5 gold rings. First off, the thing I really liked about this movie is how you learned so much about snowflakes. Like, one thing I did not know is that there are 35 different types of snowflakes. Did y'all know that? Because I did not. And I was like actually Googling stuff as I was watching it because I was like, is this true? Is this true? And so much of it was true. Like, I think I'm going to have to do a video about snowflakes now because I thought it was really interesting because I didn't know. And I've never occasionally like when you're outside, when the snow is like light enough and snowflakes fall on your hand, like you can see what it looks like. But I didn't realize that there are 35 different types of snowflakes and they all like look different, and that is so cool. So the basis of this movie is the girl is trying to find one particular snowflake because she has found the other 34 and photographed them. And so she's trying to find the last one, and it's basically where it's 2 6-sided snowflakes that stick together, that find each other, and it's the rarest snowflake you can find, and she's trying to find it to complete a collection, so, because she has a buy already, that one's the complete set of 35 snowflakes, and it was so good. I'm thoroughly impressed. I enjoyed all the facts about snowflakes because I learned a lot, and you just realize how cool they really are in watching this movie, because I honestly did not know, and I'm down the rabbit hole of snowflakes right now. Second thing is I really like the chemistry between the leads, but I loved the male lead, y'all. There's this moment, there's this moment. They're out in snowstorms trying to take photos so she can find that one type of snowflake that she needs. And along the way, they get caught in a really bad storm, and she loses her camera out in the middle of the storm. The guy goes back and finds her camera, y'all, like, she just gives up. She's like, it's okay, I want us to be safe, let's go home. The guy goes back the next morning and he searches for it. They don't know where her camera was, so he had to be like searching all over, and he gives it to her. Y'all, if that is not the sweetest thing ever, like, I love this guy in this movie. And the cool thing too is that they were kind of old high school sweethearts, so they kind of like came back and found each other again, and they used to enjoy chasing the snowstorms together, and so it's kind of like they got to rekindle their romance. And I kind of love the movies where it's like they were friends and then they become something more. Like, I think that's the best way, and you kind of felt the chemistry in this movie, so I loved it. The thing I also loved about this movie is Hallmark tried to add a villain, but I don't think Suzanne was a villain because I kind of liked her. Like, I thought she was funny. Like, it's basically this other photographer that basically hears that this big rich art collector is going to buy this whole collection if the main female lead can find this one snowflake, and he pretty much opens it up to her. But the thing that I like is how Suzanne saw an opportunity and went for it. Like, she she was fire. Like, the big art collector, he had basically reached out to the female lead and he's like, hey, I just need you to find this one thing. So Suzanne hears about it, and so she reaches out to the art collector and she's like, hey, if I can find this one rare snowflake, will you take my photo, and then you can take the other 34 of hers and just take mine as the 35th? And he's like, yeah, of course, we'll open it up. So the main lead's friend actually owns like the art gallery, so she's rooting for her friend, of course. But Suzanne, she is like, you can't hate her game in this movie because she saw an opportunity and went for it. And so she's finding out all the details on how to even photograph snowflakes from the male lead's kid, which was the kind of messed up part because she was kind of tricking this kid to give her all the ideas on what this other girl's doing. Suzanne has never photographed a snowflake before, and so she's trying to get as much like advice and everything that she can. So the little girl's just telling her everything that the main lead's doing, which is hilarious in itself. Suzanne's out in the cold and she's like trying her best. She doesn't know what she's doing, and so they actually show the photos towards the end of the movie, and the photos, to be honest, I didn't think they were bad. Like, I just kind of thought they were a little bit abstract. Like, they weren't what the art collector wanted, but they still could have been in a museum. Like, they actually look pretty cool, and I kind of liked how it was kind of like out of focus, but then you could see like random snowflakes around it. Like, I thought it was hilarious. So Suzanne was one for the win. Like, I kind of felt bad for her by the end because she gave it her all, and Hallmark was definitely trying to make her a villain, but she was so funny, and I'm so glad they added her to this movie because it was rock how she was using this kid. But other than that, like, she just saw an opportunity and took it, and I mean, that's what you got to do sometimes. Like, sometimes opportunities don't open up to you, so you gotta you see a crack in the door, you gotta slam it open like, okay, I'm coming in. And that's what she did. So I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I thought it was really entertaining, and I just liked learning. Like, I really like to learn things because I feel like the older you get, like, you still need to continually learn. And this movie, I learned so much about snowflakes, and now I'm kind of down the rabbit hole, and I'm gonna learn a little bit more. And yeah, so it just kind of makes you also appreciate how gorgeous a snowflake is. There's like a line in the movie where it's like snowflakes are like works of art. And that's not something I considered until I watched this movie, and I was learning about all the different types, and I was looking them up online, and I was like, when you think about it, they really are gorgeous, and I'm here for it. And I'm kind of now really excited about the first snow that I'm gonna get this year. That way I can go out and actually try to like look at snowflakes and kind of see different ones and just kind of take in the beauty, because that's one of my favorite things. The first snow of the season, me and my dog, we go out and we walk in it. It'll be like late at night, and so it's like so pretty outside, and you just see it falling down, and it just kind of makes you feel like you're in the moment and kind of gets you ready for the holiday season. And I don't know, it just kind of lifts my mood, because when it snows, I know everything's going to be okay. Okay, I will see you guys in the next video. Let me know if you've seen this movie, what you thought, but I thoroughly enjoyed this. This is my first five golden rings of the season, and I'm so glad Hallmark came out in July with this banger, because it was very good. Okay, see you guys soon. This has been another episode of Real Talk with Noelle.